Assalamualaikum. My name is Marina binti Muhammad. I am from Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology. I am going to present my final year project entitled Conceptual Design of an Aesthetic High-Performance Hand Dryer. Let's start with the background study of my project. Based on Goddard, the social and health assessment recognized the unhealthy hygiene habits performed by the public. In this case, the present inventors need to provide a hand dryer display screen for displaying news, information, images, and advertising. By having an aesthetic product, it can demonstrate a greater interest in using the product. Visual aesthetic is the main factors that can affect the perception of users. A successful design can improve the experience of use by adding the value to the product and attracting the users. Then, for problem statement, in this era of the modern technology, several drying methods are used to dry hands after hand washing. However, there still had a group of societies that does not take it seriously in hygiene practices. In general, the existing hand dryer does not have many innovation in developing a new function for hand dryer. Mostly, they are focusing on the features and system of hand dryer, but not for its appearance as a form of aesthetic. To overcome the problem statement for this project, it came out with three objectives, which is to develop a conceptual design of the high-performance hand dryer, to design an aesthetic hand dryer with an informative visual screen to increase hygiene awareness, to analyze materials that are suited to high-performance hand dryer. Scope of the project, I have to design an aesthetic hand dryer by using the method of product design and development, to design an aesthetic and functional high-performance hand dryer by using a 3D modeling SolidWorks software. Then, I'm going to simulate two types of material casing that are most used in existing product which suit for high-performance hand dryer, which is stainless steel and ABS plastic. Now, let's start with literature review. First, I'm going to explain about an aesthetic. Second, product definition, which is a hand dryer. Third, hands position, which is a hands position of the user to use the hand dryer. Components of hand dryer, and existing product, which is brands and existing hand dryer that exist in this worldwide. What is aesthetic? Aesthetic, it creates a satisfying user experience and about how the product is presented. It's a symbol for the non-verbal elements of quality, reliability, and innovation. To design an aesthetic product, it comes from the function and the form of the product. Then, what about hand dryer? Hand dryer are generally known for use at public toilets and provide a hot air stream for blow drying the hands. To ensure our hands are dry is for facility managers to maintain a fast and hygienic drying process. There are two types of hand dryer, which is conventional hand dryer and high-speed hand dryer. For conventional hand dryer, it generates an air stream through a ducting system to an exit nozzle which directs the air stream onto the hands of the user. The air stream is heated by a heating device to evaporate the moisture on the user's hand. The user's hand will feel cold and slightly moist. For high-speed hand dryer, it produces a high-velocity air heater and compound directional nozzle. It is used to generate both suitable force and temperature in the subjets of air to dry the user's hand. There is moisture on the hands that there is no evaporative cooling and hence are warm and more comfortable than evaporation. Besides that, there are hands position, which is the user's hands position when using the hand dryer. There are consists of three position, which is hands under dryer, hands in dryer, and V-shaped blade dryer. For hands under dryer is a type of dryer fires air in a downward position. So, turning your hands over few times during the drying process. For hands in dryer is a hand dryer fires jets of air from both directions so that the user will not have to turn your hands over while you dry them. V-shaped blade dryer is a two blade are designed to blow air and water droplets out to the side of the dryer. The difference between hands in dryer and V-shaped blade dryer is that V-shaped blade dryer is separate between two hands, but for hands in dryer, it's both is in one dryer. Components of hand dryer, I am referring to Muhammad Adib. He is doing the DFMA of the components of hand dryer. The reduction of components from 13 components to 10 components is about 26.66% to make a high performance hand dryer. It shows an improvement of the high performance hand dryer. So, I am going to list the components of hand dryer, which is a top casing, a bottom casing, LCD, a back cover, Arduino, HDMI, motor driver, fans, power supplies, and a sensor. Available in different designs and styles. Therefore, a variety of hand dryer exists in the market, and through marketing research, I can learn their concept in designing a product. I have collecting the data and information on an existing product that include the brand of Dyson, A-Guard, Savortex, Mediclinics, Accelerator, Hokwang, and FFUUSS. Move on to the next chapter, which is the methodology that I use in completing this project. Basically, I'm using the method of product design development, PDD. I start with literature review to study all the information and data about the hand dryer divided into two categories, which is primary study and secondary study. In this project, for the primary study, I use the quantitative research that determine the effects or outcome required by a survey. And for secondary study, the definition of the product, history, types of hand dryers, hands position on how to use the product, component of the hand dryer, and analysis of the existing product. Then, we move on to the quality function deployment, QFD, is a measurement of the customer satisfaction with a product or service. By using the term of voice of the customer, it describes as customer needs and requirements. The customer's voice can be heard from the survey to understand the customer's need. In that way, it can be summarized by making a HOQ, which stands for House of Quality, that can reach our object in creating an aesthetic hand dryer. For product design specification, it is the combination of market analysis and existing product and failure product produce a preliminary product specification. This specification acts as a guide for measuring a successful product at the phase of development. Then we analyze the product by using the market positioning through the positioning max method. After we analyze that, we came out with the concept generation. is roughly describing the technology, working principles, and the form of the product. It will demonstrate how the product will satisfy the customer needs in the form of morphological chart. A concept generally is shown in the illustration with a short explanation. For this project, the high performance hand dryers concept design is focused on the enclosure design, technology, and the functional. After the concept generation has been made, the concept expressed with the sketches followed by the result set of product concepts. The best design is chosen for further innovation, enhancement, and development. Then I have to create a weighted decision matrix to decide the final design concept. Then, last but not least, for detailed design. It refers to us to develop design, to design and developing the chosen concept design. The end of the detailed design process should be dimensionally correct. Define all the product components and apply them together. The detailed design shows a 3D drawing of the product, including part drawing, detail drawing, assembly drawing, and exploded view. Then we divide it by two, which is prototype and CAE analysis. For prototype, I have an issue because of the COVID-19. Then we move on to CAE analysis that presents the simulation on the drop test of the final design concept of high performance hand rise casing in testing the casing strength by comparing two types of material, which is ABS plastic and stainless steel. The design will be simulated by using a SolidWorks simulation software. Based on customers' need, customers require to have an extraction from the hand dryers. They are complaining that hand dryer is not attractive. They need a design of the hand dryer that is suitable for the children's height. Then the user's hand wants to dry their hand without having too much heat to prevent from the dry skin. For the advantage, users do not want to flip and touch their hands while drying. So the solution for the high performance hand dryers, they want to add a visual display by having an aesthetic design with a compatible size for the adults and children's height. The high performance hand dryer has optimum air pressure to scrape the water from the hands effectively. It's not focused on the warm air, it focuses on the air pressure that flow from the hand dryer. The high performance hand dryer has to be in two slots hands that can separate both hands. From the results of House of Quality, it shows that the first rank engineering characteristic of high performance hand dryers is enclosure design, that followed by the design of high performance hand dryers at the second rank and visual screen at third rank. It shows that I will be focused on the enclosure design, the size, and the visual screen of the high performance hand dryer product. Method that I use for product specification is position maps. The result shows that the red circle area is the focus of a high performance hand dryer in the market. It shows that the product is small, light, modern, and high technology. It is the best product to go through in developing the product design of the high performance hand dryer. After we collect the data, we came out the result of morphological chart. The left side shows the criteria of high performance hand dryer, while the right side on top is the variety of options in developing the idea. For this project, I choose to design a hand position of two hand slots, a free form shape, geometric form, and natural shape with variety of concept, with a rectangular visual screen and airflow stripe as shown in colored table above. After morphological chart has been made, I have developed three concepts of high-performance hand dryer. For concept 1 is inspired by the Dyson Airblade and adding the visual screen to advertise the hygiene awareness as shown in the figure above. For this concept, the design of a hand dryer's casing can eliminate any drip on the floor of the public toilets by preventing from a slippery floor. Moreover, the hands position of the adults to use the hand dryer is from the upwards and downwards, while the children can use through the right and left side of the hand dryer. For the concept 2, the design element is futuristic and compact as the form is an ellipse shape. There have two hand slots which separating between both hands. In this case, it will speed up drying their hands by having both sides airflow. Making the hand dryer more stand out is by having a visual screen that can attract people who pass by the same area. When the user's hand inserts to the hand slot, the visual screen is automatically showing the counting time in drying their hands. It will also attract people in using the hand dryer. For the concept 3, it's an aesthetic design of a high-performance hand dryer inspired by elephant's feet. Both hand slot is originally an imagination of elephant's toenails with a combination of geometric forms of triangle at the side. The concept of the hand slot and the visual screen is the same as the concept 2. Plus, at the right side of the hand dryer have included an automatic hand sanitizer which requires the best technology. It will be advantageous for the user in using the hand dryer by practicing good hygiene in society. Concept design has been made. The final design will be selected using the weighted decision matrix method. It shows that design concept 2 is the highest weighted rating, which is 3.3. It shows that design concept 2 is more compact, ergonomic and aesthetic than design concept 1 and concept 2. Concept 3 has made it to the highest rating in technology because it has an automatic hand sanitizer. But for concept 2 is selected because it is the closest to House of Quality's highest rank that include enclosure design, size and visual screen. To fulfill the customer requirement, I have to redesign the concept 2. It shows that a concept 2 that focuses on how the hand's position is directed as it needs to be followed by the flow of air to eliminate the water from user's hand. The airflow of the concept 2 needs to be thin and inclined stripes as the air pressure will be high. In this case, the user has to face their palm side and dorsal side to the airflow and move it to upwards and downwards. Moreover, the visual screen is in 60 degrees as eyes look slightly downward when viewing the middle of the screen. So, I need to redesign the angle of the visual screen. From this concept, it can conclude that concept 2 is more ergonomic and functional. For detailed design, I'm showing you the exploded view of the high-performance hand dryer. It consists of 11 components that include casing, cover, power supply, AR sensor, Arduino Uno, visual screen, housing, HPS fan cover, HDMI, and motor driver. Last but not least, I am using a drop test simulation for this CAE analysis. This drop test can be evaluate the casing's impact as it falls on the floor during installation. This case will also the comparison between two materials to finalize the best material to apply for the high performance hand dryers casing between steel and ABS plastic. The stress results show that the maximum stress of ABS plastic is 52.36 Newton meter square that occur at the middle area of the hand slot as its length is slightly longer than the right and left side. It shows that the middle area will be the first to hit the floor. Besides that, stainless steel occurs at the area between the hand slot and visual screen. It causes by the curved design of the high-performance hand dryer, which maximum stress is 2.806 Newton meter square. The high-performance hand dryer's casing will lose its shape when bent beyond a certain point. The drop test discussed here can account for such material behavior coupled with the drop test impact. It shows that the better material is for the high performance hand dryer is by using the stainless steel, which it can be occur of a dent only. For future improvements, the aesthetic design of the high performance hand dryer can attempt to enhance the airflow by modifying the operating fan and the mechanism. The high-performance hand dryer can positively impact society as the hand dryer with a visual screen is still not in the Malaysia's market. By advertising the high-performance hand dryer in the Malaysia or the whole worldwide, it can attract people in maintaining their hygiene in drying their hand using the hand dryer instead of using the paper towel, or people let their hands sweat and rub it on their clothes. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.